Joe Alvoli Girls Basketball Tournament. The teams for tonight's game are the Wildcats of High Point and the Lady Mustangs of Clifton. And now let's meet the starting lineup for the High Point Wildcats. Heading guard, number 25, Elena Delanio. Starting at center, number 52, Leanna Callahan. At guard, number 13, Melissa Delanio. Starting at guard, number 3, Jess Siesla. And starting at forward, number 30, Taylor Smith. High Point is coached by Chris Dexter. And now the starting lineup for the Lady Mustangs of Clifton. At guard, number 30, Rosalind Pratt. At guard, number 11, Kim Lopez. At forward, number 33, Felicia Castillo. At guard, number 3, Erica Baez. And starting at center, number 40, Michelle Roberts. Prior to the start of tonight's game, we would just like to share some of Coach O's philosophy on coaching. He believed the coach was a politician, a judge, a public speaker, a teacher, a trainer, a psychiatrist at times, and a chaplain. Coach O always believed in giving freely of his time, his money, his energy, his family life, his health, and sometimes life itself. In return, he expected little financial reward, little praise, but plenty of criticism. Coach O believed a good coach was respected in his community, was a leader of his school, loved by his team, and made lasting friends wherever he goes. We honor Coach with this tournament this week. We thank everyone for attending. At this time, we're going to call upon one of Joe's sons, Jim, to say a few words. Thank you.
I'm son number 1, Jim. I got some of my other family members up there, my brother Rich, and my children. I guess a lot of thank yous are in order here. Thanks to the Clifton coaching staff and athletic director Rich for brainstorming this tournament, getting it all together. Thanks to the board of ed, the administration, and everybody who's donated their time and efforts into pulling this off. Of course, the Lady Mustangs, all the other teams involved, High Point, Nutley, Belleville, and thanks go out to the Booster Club for a nice program all got together. I think Sal just said it pretty good in summary of what my father kind of stood for. And as I'm sure all the players that were around him for the last couple of years remember, that now that he's gone, he's kind of like larger than life, which is kind of like the way I'd like to remember him. A couple of things stick out in my mind is that over the course of time, some things change in your mind, or speaking for myself as I grew up, and as time passes, some other things become clearer as you go along. And what I'm talking about is, was he really a coach, or was he something more? And that little summary of what is a coach, that kind of says a lot of things, but in my mind, he was more like a preacher man, if you think about it. Was he coaching basketball, or was he teaching you stuff about life? Stuff that you learn on the court here goes a long way towards what happens down the road in life. And as I found out last year at the wake and the funeral and things like that, all these people started popping up from the past that consoling and everything like that. And after a while, I was like, you know, I don't want to be consoled anymore. Let's make this a celebration. Let's be happy about this. So all the stories started coming out. Hey, how much time do I have to talk here? I can talk for an hour. But the thing is, was he really teaching basketball, or was he preparing you for the future? And as these kids from when I was a toddler, watching him coach and seeing his players and his teams, as they came back to the weight last year and everything, and we talked and stuff, what are you doing now? How are you? And the message was pretty much universal. It's like, you know, I didn't really like your father when he was a coach because he was such a disciplinarian and this and that. But as I got older, some of the things that he taught us, you know what? They come to use in life down the road. So in that respect, and I'm going to end this real quick. In that respect, he was right on the money with what he was doing, and he loved the game so much, he never wanted to get away from it. So it's good that you guys are carrying this on, and of course now it's all legend. So it's like the fish I caught was this big, but next year it's going to be this big, and so on. So the tournament we had last year was kind of fun, except Lady Mustangs didn't win. Let's do it this year. Let's win the game this year. Thank you.
Everyone please remain standing for the playing